What's going on, 302 Birds Nation? Got a special segment for you guys tonight. Now, as you guys know, we're getting ready to play the Jaguars on Sunday, so we wanted to bring the best Jaguars fan we could find. Captain Duval, how you doing tonight?
Hi there. Pleasure to be here, and this is really good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on, and thankfully it looks like technology is more our friend now. So I'll just get right into the question. Are you nervous about the game this weekend? Are you excited? How you feeling?
I am very nervous about the game, particularly with the Jaguars' injuries. Injuries have plagued us for the whole year, and so they continue. So I have no expectations for the Jags on this game, sadly.
Now, how about Doug Peterson? I know that's obviously something we share. A lot of Eagles fans are talking about how we don't want Doug Peterson to get fired because of us on Sunday. Do you think if you guys lose, Doug's job is safe for the season, or what's your take on that?
I like Doug Peterson. I think it would be a mistake to lose him. I just don't think it helps to just sack the coach because they're having a tough time. That just makes things even worse. So he's a good coach. He's gone all the way with you guys, and maybe one day he'll go all the way with us too. So there are other members of the teams, like Press Taylor, for example, which may be not so safe, but I wouldn't want to see Doug go.
So KJ had a good question for you. I'll let him.
Yeah, so Captain Duval, I wanted to ask you, what was the first thing that really got you into the Jacksonville Jaguars? Was it the presence of them in London, or was it just a certain player or like your favorite Jaguars player?
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
The Jags have been coming to London. This is the 11th year they've been coming to London. And so it's the ideal opportunity for people over here in this country and in the whole of Europe to be able to see their team every year. So that's the reason I support the Jags, because I can see them for real every year if I so choose.
That's awesome. That's a great story for sure. Who's your favorite Jaguar you've seen play, or favorite Jaguar of all time?
Well, favorite Jaguar of all time has got to be Tony Boselli, the one and only Hall of Famer that the Jags have.
Great answer.
Yeah. So in terms of current players, you know what? I'm really jumping on the bandwagon with old BTJ. He's incredible. I mean, it beggars belief that he's a rookie, and you'd never believe that when you see him play each week. Sadly, we may not see him play this week, but we'll have to wait and see.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, those are all great answers. I want to ask you as well. So for the Jaguars, do you think that the Jaguars' future is bright once they get what do you think is holding back the Jaguars right now? Because the Jaguars I have all my NFL teams ranked because I'm a weirdo. So the Eagles are obviously one, but 1 to 32. And as you can imagine, the one with the star is number 32. But the Jaguars are pretty high up on my list. Love watching the Jaguars. I've loved watching them for a while. It felt like you guys were close a couple years ago with Blake Bortles, Jalen Ramsey, that whole core.
Yeah.
What do the Jaguars need to do to get back to that?
Well, I mean, they've got the weapons. The way I look at it is they've got all the parts to a really lethal weapon. They just need to figure out how to assemble that weapon, and learn how to fire it. I mean, they've got the names, they've got the talent. They just need to put them together to, so it beggars belief, that like every team, I suppose, going into, coming out of the preseason, everybody's thinking, oh, this is the year we're going to be really great. And indeed, I thought that. But I suppose it's injuries. You just don't know. So I don't really have an answer for you. I mean, they just need to figure out how to play as a team. That's basically it.
Yeah, well said. I think in any sport, in any aspect, the teams that know how to play like a team, that have chemistry off the field, that's evident. You can see that throughout the whole game, throughout the whole season. So hopefully, one of our two teams, I'll say, is in a Super Bowl this year. I would love to see it. Captain Duval, I want to thank you for jumping on here with us, giving us your time of day. And can you let the people know where they can follow you on Instagram too? You guys got to give them a follow.
Yes, I'm on Instagram. Just look for Captain Duval with 3 U's, and you'll see me there.
Sounds
hey,
good.
well, we appreciate you for jumping on. We wish you the best of luck this weekend in the game to you and your Jaguars. We hope you have a great evening.
We will need it.
Well said. Legend. That guy was a ton of fun. He's awesome. If you guys don't, like we said, give Captain Duval a follow on Instagram. He's probably one of our favorite, if not our favorite Jaguars fan. But KJ, I mean, how are you feeling about the game this weekend? And what was it like interviewing Captain Duval?
He's a great representation, and he's even a better person. I'll tell you that. He's an awesome guy, really nice guy. Doesn't seem like he has any mean bone in his body at all. So it was really cool to hear his story, and we also got some stories off camera as well, which were really cool. So yeah, I mean, it was a complete honor. So it was cool interviewing him, and it's going to be a really good game for the Birds. I really feel like he's right about it. I think the Jaguars are coming into a very hostile environment. And I mean, I know the stereotypes and everything like that, but honestly, what I mean by that is they're coming into a place where a team has so much confidence right now. They got 3 wins in a row. They beat a pretty good Bengals team. So I think the Eagles are going to come out rocking and rolling, and hopefully they keep it going the whole game. So we'll see what happens. But I think it's going to be awesome, and that place is going to be bleeding in Kelly Green. So that's going to be great to see.
But yeah, this is going to be a good game. Love Dougie P coming back to Philadelphia. Gave us our first Super Bowl. So it's going to be, bittersweet, as we saw, was it last year, 2 years ago, when they came on paper, we look like a better team. And I think with us winning 3 games in a row, I think it's going to be, it's going to be a tight game. I'm not going to because here's the thing. We get all caught up that, the Jaguars aren't that great of a team, or just in general, the teams that we play aren't a great team, but then they give us like a pissing match, as we like to call it. So I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I hope it is, but I think it's going to be a closer game.
But he was a very genuine fan, a very genuine guy, and an awesome representation, like our own Jamie, the Philly sports guy, of what NFL super fandom should be and how it should represent. Respectful,
we were saying how we want to get them to collaborate
knowledgeable.
somehow. So hopefully we see that one day.
Yeah, if PSG, if you would ever like to cross with him or, make content, the two of you guys would be hilarious. So we said the same thing to him. He's got a great personality and just awesome to shoot content with. But I will say this. I'm confident in this weekend. I'm the most confident I've been all year. So go out on a limb on this one, gentlemen, and say I expect the Eagles to kick the shit out of the Jaguars. The part that's going to suck is when Doug Peterson is going to lose his job because of it. Then we're going to feel really bad. That's kind of what I'm not looking forward to, because he's very much on thin ice right now.
I wish you never said that, Dalton. They almost beat the Packers, who were a pretty good team. And I think, like, this is, like I said, this is the biggest fear of me is like, when we say as fans that we're going to kick the shit out of a team, it usually is a close game. Like the Browns game. So I hope you're right, and I'm confident in this team, but I truly do think it's going to be a closer game than we expect.